everybody, welcome to Southern Bella Home. I'm Sharon of the blog southernbellahome.com, where I talk all about healthy and wholesome farmhouse living with gracious Southern style. Well, as the name suggests, I am from the South, and growing up, one of the delights of summer was watermelon. I can remember three very vivid treats during the summer as a child growing up here in the South. One was watermelon, the other was homemade ice cream on the front porch, and the last was my daddy loading everybody up in the car and taking us to Dairy Queen for the buy one get one free banana splits. That's because my family was very frugal. We didn't have a lot of money, but we never felt poor. My parents were excellent money managers, and they always took excellent care of their 4 children. And we enjoyed the simple things in life, things like cutting open a fresh garden watermelon. So I've carried that love for watermelon, and this past July at a family birthday party, one of my sweet nieces, Laura, showed me a new way, the most frugal way I think, of slicing and quartering and serving a watermelon. So today I'm going to show you my new skill that I have learned after all these years. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I've only done it once though, so you'll have to be patient with me because I'm not a perfectionist at it quite yet. But it is a very simple way to get the most meat off of the rind. So let's get started. All right, so we have a beautiful Georgia watermelon here. And one thing I want to tell you first about how to pick a watermelon. When you go to pick a watermelon, you should always make sure that it has a big, ugly yellow spot on it, and the bigger the better. That means that this watermelon has sat in the field long enough to develop its sugars and to get nice and sweet and juicy for you. So always remember, you don't want to find a perfectly smooth green watermelon. You want that ugly yellow spot. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off both ends of this watermelon. But before we start, I want to show you my knife. This is called a blue ginger knife. I got it at a thrift store the other day for $3, brand new in the box. Can you believe that? I don't know anything about this company, but I love this knife. So I think you can look them up online if you're in the market for a great chef's knife. So we're going to start by cutting the end off of this watermelon. Taking that end off. I'm going to spin it around and cut this end off. Now it's just a matter of sitting this on one of the ends, and we're going to take this knife and we're going to follow the curve of the watermelon and essentially peel the rind off of the watermelon, leaving the flesh intact. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, I'm new at this too, y'all, and I'm going through the ugly side first. After I cut the initial piece off, I'm going back and getting any of the little white pith that I left behind, kind of cleaning it up. You can do that at the very end after you've gotten all the peel off. But if you have a good sharp knife, this is such an easy process. Smells so good. Smells like summer. I'm kind of sad that watermelon season is almost finished for us here in Georgia. I see on social media that a lot of you are still growing your watermelons. But I got a notice yesterday that one of our local farmers announced that he is bringing in his last truckload of watermelons. And he was telling everybody, you better come get a good old Georgia watermelon if you want one, because this is the last truck of the year. That's a sure sign summer is about over around here. Once the watermelons and the peaches are gone, yep, that's a sure sign summer's coming to a close. Now, I'll show you. You see this streak of white right here? So we're just gonna shave that off. Okay, now that's not to say I won't go back and trim that up and eat it myself. All right, so now that we've gone all the way around this watermelon, you see some of the white is still left, but I'm gonna carefully shave that because the point of this is to get as much of your watermelon as you can. Now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna clean up the bottom side. And it's gonna end up looking like a big, pretty pink and red basketball. But I assure you it doesn't taste like one. This thing smells so good. Did I already say that? I think I did. That's okay. It bears saying again. I apologize if I'm echoing. I am in the dining room of our old farmhouse. Well, it's actually, this is the kitchen island, but it's right next to the dining room. And the dining room has our tallest ceilings. So it is a little bit of an echo chamber in here because of the tall ceilings. And I'm going a little bit more slow with this just because I want to make it pretty for you all. If I were just doing this for us, I'd probably be scooting along a lot faster than I am here. And by the way, all these peels are going to go in my compost pile because we are almost finished building our chicken pen and chicken run. If I had chickens, I'd be giving it to them. But since I don't have chickens, it will go to make some beautiful soil for my garden. And we're almost there. You see that we have been super frugal with our watermelon. We have retained the beautiful meat of the watermelon. So take a look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. So now I'm going to begin slicing the watermelon, and I'll slice off full-size slices, put them in my bowl over here, and then we can decide what size pieces we would like to have. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I think I could eat that whole piece right there, right by myself. Look at that one. Just beautiful. Now what I'll do is probably cut these into quarters or maybe even eighths. I just have to show y'all that. Isn't that just amazing? You know, looking at it, it almost looks like the inside of a beautiful red tomato. What is some of your favorite summer produce? I know every region is different, and I know there are certain foods that speak of summer to you. What are some of those foods? I would love to hear in the comments some of the foods that you associate with summer and how do you enjoy those. Now, Another thing you notice here is on top of my cutting board, I have a cloth. That serves two purposes. It is soaking up a lot of the juice so that I don't have juice running everywhere. But it's also keeping the watermelon from slipping around while I'm trying to slice it. Now, under my cloth, you see my cutting board. My family bought this cutting board for me, and one thing I love about it is it has a well all the way around it. So when I'm cutting juicy things, it's awesome because it does not let the juice run off of the cutting board. So there's a little tidbit for you if you are in the market for a cutting board. I highly recommend these kind with the well. So now I'm just going to cut these into quarters, and then I think I'm going to cut these into eighths. And there you go, friends. Perfect little watermelon slices, no rind, no waste, just perfect, beautiful watermelon ready to be enjoyed. So what do y'all think about that method of cutting watermelons? Now, it may have seemed a little slow, but honestly, this is a very short video. I'm not going to do a lot of editing to it, cutting out, because I want you to see the process of how long it actually took. Not long at all. But you see, there's so little rind, no waste, and it's ready for a party or just to stick in the refrigerator and keep cold. That is my favorite thing to do to watermelon, y'all. I get it all sliced up and I put it on a tray or in a bowl so that I can just reach in and grab it. That's a healthy snack, a low-calorie snack, and it's so cooling. If I've been out working in the garden, it is so wonderful to come in and grab a piece of ice-cold watermelon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll check out my blog, southernbellahome.com, where I talk all about healthy and wholesome farmhouse living with gracious Southern style. If you're not a subscriber, it would be such an honor if you would join my YouTube family. I would love to have you come along as we do life here in our southern farmhouse and as we reestablish this 1900 homestead. Also, ring that bell icon and that will notify you each and every time that I make a new video. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. I hope that you finish out the summer strong and happy, and I hope that you'll try this new method of cutting watermelon. If you do, let me know. Bye, y'all.